I was listening to a radio broadcast not too long ago, and they were talking about the end times and how it looks like maybe the Lord's return is getting really near. Well, they were talking about the wars and the nations that are rising up against nations and the famines and the earthquakes and even the little weak nations that are rising up and saying they're strong. Probably because now they have the power of the nuclear bomb. And one of the commentaries said, "It looks to me like Aslan is on the move." And that really moved me, because I had watched the movie The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe from the book C.S. Lewis wrote. And Aslan was the fictional character, the lion. And Jesus is often referred to in the Bible as the Lion of Judah. Well, a few months went by and I was praying about a new poem. And those words came back to me. Aslan's on the move. So I began to write. I finished that poem and I put it on my blog. I was amazed because so many people made comments on that poem. In fact, I had more comments on that poem than I did any of my other poems. And people were starting to ask me to write more about Aslan. So I began to write a series on Aslan. I call it Aslan and the Seven Seals. So let's take a journey with Aslan. We can tell the old-time stories, but he can take us back line by line. Well, Aslan could take us way back to the ancient of time, before there were mountains and before the great seas. In the heart of the Father, there was you and there was me. Now we must tell these stories because there's so many stories to tell. So why is there a heaven and why is there a hell? It starts in a garden and it ends on a tree. Oh God, give us ears. Now give us eyes we can see. So let's tell the stories. My son, you must go quickly. The false church is spreading lies. Your seed is being threatened, and I have heard their cries. The lion roared as he left his throne. His speed was faster than light. Satan was trying to destroy his seed. Now Aslan would need to fight. First he would bring a remnant to a place across the sea and take them to an unknown land, far from the enemy. The people laughed as they boarded ships. You'll fall off the edge of the earth. But Aslan would take them to a new land, and America would find her birth. The times were hard and the winters were long, but they finally had a home. Aslan would not leave their side till his seed could stand alone. Satan's fury was being unleashed to all who opposed his lie. The blood of the martyrs would plant the seeds. The false church begins to die. Filled with anger and filled with rage, he would go to the new land. In his revenge, attack God's seed and try to rule over them. But Aslan stirred the people, and when they prayed through the night, farmers went out as warriors, but not in their own might. This army was strong and well prepared, but the people continued to pray. The farmers took their pitchforks and they mowed them down like hay. Aslan's roar shook the earth. It was a roar of victory. The people shouted, "Our God reigns," as they watched their enemy flee. Son of man, speak to these bones. They must live again. They are the apple of my eye, but they are dead because of sin. I must bring them back from the east and from the west. They have wandered many years. Now I will give them rest. Then I heard the lion roar, and the bones came together again. He breathed in them the breath of life, and they marched toward Jerusalem. This was a people so despised. Many years they would roam, but they were precious in the Father's eyes. So now they're going home. The people were mad and began to say, they don't deserve this land. So they gathered together all the armies of the north to go make war with them, overwhelmed with fear. Now what would Israel do? And then I heard the lion say, I will prove I have loved you. The earth began to shake and the sky turned dark as night. Aslan roared, the battle's won. Israel didn't even fight. Then they looked at him who they had pierced. Their eyes were filled with tears. The Lion of Judah, you were the one. We've been blind for all these years. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, even though you went astray, many years have come and gone. I have waited for this day. Then the lion began to weep, like a father weeping for his only son. Bring them home, I heard him say. Bring them every one. He wept so loud it shook the earth. All the demons ran below. The nations trembled when they heard his cry, saying, let my people go. Aslan's on the move. people are beginning to seek his face. We hear of wars and rumors of wars, how this world is becoming a scary place. Could this be the last harvest? I know we don't know when or how, but one thing is for sure. Aslan's on the prowl. He's the Lion of Judah. He puts the nations in their place. Now they are right where he predicted. The time is short if that's the case. Well, you could miss him if you're not watching as you go about your merry way. The signs are really all around us. This is a time to watch and pray. When Aslan strikes, it will be deadly. He's calling warriors to march with him. The last battle will be for us. He's going to break the power of sin. Only a remnant will he use. Now choose the side you will be on. Because when the trumpet makes a sound, oh, don't look for us. We will be gone. And then the Lord will appear with vengeance in his eye. He's not the helpless Lamb of God. Now he's the ferocious El Shaddai. Every mountain will be leveled when the king is on his throne, because only he is lifted up. He is God, and God alone. Today's the day to get ready. Tomorrow belongs just to him. This could be your last chance before Aslan strikes again. That concludes the series so far on Aslan and the seven seals. I'll continue on my next broadcast. It'll be Aslan judges the saints and the rise of the Antichrist in the great white throne judgment. And if you're as old as me, well, you'll probably remember this saying. Happy trails to you until we meet again. God bless you.